morning, many immigrant families here in Central Texas and around the country are left with a whole lot of questions after a divided Supreme Court blocked President Obama's immigration plans. So we decided to invite an immigration attorney on the set to talk about this. This is Delisa Bressler. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Sally.
Thank you for being here. Let's explain to our viewers right now the difference between what is DAPA, what is DACA. What does that mean?
Sure. DAPA, Deferred Action for Parents of Americans, is a program that would have deferred removal action against parents of U.S. citizen children, U.S. lawful permanent residents who meet certain requirements and would have afforded them the opportunity to apply for employment authorization. Temporary, it would not be a lasting benefit or a route to permanent residency or citizenship. DACA, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, was originally put forward in 2012 and was implemented in its original form then, and it benefited children who were brought here before the age of 16, who haven't committed serious crimes, who have pursued their education or certain other qualifying pursuits, and basically eliminated for a time period the threat of removal proceedings against them, and also afforded them the opportunity to apply for work authorization. The original DACA remains in place and unimpacted.
Okay, and are we talking about many families who are impacted by DACA from your experience?
Yes, lots of families have benefited from the original DACA, and many more would have benefited from the expanded version of DACA and then also from DAPA. I believe nationwide we're talking about 4 or 5 million people who had the hope of a benefit and have now seen that forestalled.
I think a lot of people have questions too when they hear about this. Tell us about how is it difficult to go a different route as far as getting citizenship to remain here legally? What is the process for that?
It's an extensive process.
Extensive.
And depending on how you originally came and who your qualifying relatives might be, there may not be an avenue at all. Absent remedial benefits and temporary work authorization and relief from removal.
So that path is not easy.
No, not unless there's legislative action will many of these families see the opportunity for a true and lasting benefit.
Okay, so what's going to happen to these families now? They just continue to live in the shadows?
For now, wait. Unfortunately, there's no use in denying the disappointment of it and the human tragedy of it for the individual families and the impact that it has on them emotionally. It's hard in the face of that to say stay calm, but there's not much else to do right now but try to remain calm. Realize that the original DACA program remains in place, and so many of these parents who would have qualified for DAPA also have a child who's eligible and benefiting under DACA. That benefit remains, and understand that one of the things that led to putting forward these programs was just the acknowledgement that we don't have the resources nor the collective will as a country to remove 11 million people. If you're not going to do that, and if you're not going to do it, of course, all at once, which we all acknowledge, then there are priorities for enforcement. Those priorities remain in place, and those who were eligible for the program's DAPA and the expanded DACA typically are going to fall within that category that are not enforcement priorities.
And that's what the president reiterated yesterday, is that there is no immediate fear of deportation as long as it remains on the lowest of priorities for those who do not come to the country and commit crimes. I appreciate your help in sorting that out for us. Very important topic.